Hello, how are you? In this video we will see have you ever met a famous person who was remarkably humble? And I welcome you to the question answer channel. Thanks to Mary Burke, Elmo Valerie, Greg Musgrove and Mark Thomasay for sharing their answers to this question with us. The first answer will be from Mary Burke.
In 1976 my family moved from Brooklyn to Los Angeles. My mother had passed away and my dad wanted us out of there. Dad used to encourage my sister, 16, and me to go check out the studios, 20th Century Fox, etc. He showed us the bus schedule and how to get there, so we went. When we got there we saw a guarded gate and decided to climb a couple of fences to get in. These fences led to the tree nursery. One of them was 20 feet high, the other not so high. So we climbed. We got in and immediately it was magic. There were real-looking streets, looked like Brooklyn. We messed around there for a while. As we got deeper into the studio we got the attention of security guards in a golf cart and they started chasing us. We ran, hid and ran some more. We came across an office building and went in to hide. We ran up to the third story and the guards were still coming. We were out of breath and a door opens and a guy walked out. He noticed us in distress and said, "What's up?" We told him security was after us, and he said, "Well, get in here." We rushed into a beautiful office, wow. White carpeting and white furniture complete with a secretary. He invited us to sit down and asked his secretary to bring us sodas. His desk was large and he had a nameplate on it. It was Mel Brooks. He picked up on our accents and asked us where we were from, Brooklyn, Bensonhurst to be exact, and he said he was also from Brooklyn, Flatbush. Mr. Brooks then asked us what we were doing there and we said just looking around. He told his secretary to write us out a pass, to go look around. Well, Mr. Brooks wrote us passes for the next 15 years. We would go and hang out at different sets, MASH, a great bunch of people, Charlie's Angels, etc. About 10 years in we asked him to have lunch with us at the commissary, and he came. Mel Brooks is one of the nicest guys. Even to a couple of poor kids from Brooklyn. Edit. Thanks so much for the upvotes and comments. I understand that these are for Mr. Brooks and not because of my fancy writing style. I feel very fortunate to have met Mr. Brooks and to have been helped by him. Mr. Brooks deserves every one of these upvotes. Thank you, Mary.
What do you think? We will continue with Elmo Valerie's answer.
It was around 1998-1999 when I was working at the Sheraton in Madison, Wisconsin. Hillary Clinton was the first lady, and she stayed at the hotel. I got a picture of her as she entered the lobby, then I kept my finger on the camera so it would keep taking pics. She saw the light on out of the corner of her eye, and turned to me. She held a pose and asked me if I had gotten the picture. She was willing to stand there and make her Secret Service wait until I got my picture. The next morning there were some protesters outside the front door, so Hillary left through the side door. She had to walk down a hallway past meeting rooms, and she noticed that the doors were labeled for WEAC, Wisconsin Education Association Council. These teachers had meetings all weekend every other month. Hillary knocked on the doors and went in to thank them for being teachers. It was completely unscheduled, and how incredible it must have been for those teachers to be thanked out of the blue by the First Lady. Say what you want about Hillary, but I think this was incredibly beautiful and compassionate of her to take time out of her day for that. I'll never forget that.
The following answer is from Greg Musgrove.
I drive part-time for Uber, mostly just for the fun of it and making some good side money. I typically do most of my driving on the weekends and in a large city where I live. I also drive an Uber XL, which is a larger vehicle that is for holding up to 6 passengers. So one night I get a ride request to pick up a passenger at our largest hotel in downtown, but the pickup location is in the dock area, which is highly unusual as most everyone wants to be picked up in the front lobby, concierge area. I assumed it was someone getting off work at the hotel and just wanted to be picked up in the back. So as I pull into the area, I see this really big dude, all muscles, waving at me. He can see my car on the app, so he knows I am the correct Uber as I approach. He comes over to my window to identify me and tells me I will have a special guest coming out. No big deal. I actually frequently have different people, typically band members who have ridden with me on various occasions. A few minutes later another big dude comes out with a girl wearing a baseball cap, sunglasses and a coat. It's summer and not cold. One guy sits up front with me and the girl and other big guy get in the back and we are off. I don't say much. I just ask if there is any music they'd like to hear and if the AC is okay for them. Then she pulls her sunglasses off and her cap and leans over between the seats and says, "Hi, I'm Selena Gomez." I just say, "Hey Selena, how are you? Where am I privileged to be taking you tonight?" She was very sweet, very nice, asked me some things about the city and the usual Uber questions. How long have you been driving? Is this your full-time job? etc. I didn't act like I was starstruck or anything. I just spoke to her like any normal person and I could tell she really appreciated it. She just wanted to be normal for the 20 minutes she was in my vehicle. I asked about her family, which she really liked. I stayed away from gossip type crap you see in magazines and online. We had a very normal conversation. The guys, her bodyguards, were also super chill once they realized I was just a regular guy not fawning over her and was only there to do my job and get them from point A to point B safely. She didn't act at all like any diva. She was super friendly and seemed like a genuinely sweet girl. She thanked me for driving her, shook my hand and handed me a $50 tip. She jumped out at the club I took her to and that was it. No, I didn't ask for her autograph or photo. Again, she needed some normalcy and my job is to be as professional as possible. But I could tell she was actually a really nice person despite some of the crap you may read online or elsewhere.
We can continue with Mark Thomas's answer.
Not my story, but I'll share it anyway. Several years ago, I was working with a young woman who was a student at the University of Colorado at Boulder. She said she was taking a freshman chemistry class and was struggling one night in the lab to complete an assignment, but nothing was working right for her. This was about 11 p.m. and she was getting frustrated. Apparently, a passerby heard her cuss at the equipment and stuck his head in. "Is there anything I can help you with?" Still frustrated, my friend Libby said, "Do you know anything about chemistry?" "A little," he said, and for the next half hour or so he helped her get the equipment put together correctly and coached her on how to record the results. Then another passerby stuck his head in and said, "Dr. Check. Congratulations on your Nobel Prize." Libby looked at her helper and recognized him as Tom Check, who that morning had been announced as the latest winner of the Nobel Prize in chemistry. "You know a little about chemistry," she said, astonished. He blushed, said, "Yeah, I guess so," and helped her clean up the lab.
The video is over. Thank you for staying until the end. If you found the answer you were looking for, please leave a like and subscribe, it would help us a lot. This is now the end of this video. Remember to leave a comment to tell us if these answers resonate with you. Bye and see you soon.